Peace, love, and light, family. It's your girl Mila back at y'all with another video. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. The support is much appreciated, and you guys will see a lot more videos rolling out. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so, anyways, today's video is going to be about what are the key signals that you are ready to start your spiritual journey. I know spirituality is something that has sparked in the communities lately, especially in the Black community. People are getting more into their spirituality. They are tapping into their roots, diving into their ancestors, learning about who they truly come from. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to really give some information and some feedback on what are the key signals that you are ready to start your spiritual journey. And you might already be on your spiritual journey, or you might be someone who, has been looking at like spirituality and thinking, I want to dive into that. So let's just get right into the video. So I want to say the first sign or signal that you are ready to start your spiritual journey will be that you are more conscious and aware of signs and signals from your ancestors or from God. So one of the key things that you typically see when you're starting your spiritual journey, or if you are, as a signal that you're ready, is angel numbers. So angel numbers, as soon as I learned about angel numbers, I started to really pay attention to angel numbers. And when I tell you, baby, them angel numbers be coming up, them angel numbers be coming up, and they be like when you need them. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are some days where I really rarely see angel numbers. Like, even thinking back, yesterday was one of those rougher days for me, and I really can't recall seeing many angel numbers. But there are some days where I see angel numbers like that. Like, from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, I'm seeing angel numbers 777, 666, 555. My favorite angel number to see is 888, because 888 symbolizes like abundance. But like 777 is like awareness, awakening. 555 is like major changes. 999 is like the completion of a cycle. 000 or 111 typically is like new, fresh beginning. So these are just like general terms of angel numbers, but I can make a whole different video on angel numbers. But when it comes to angel numbers, it's really about taking that number and what it means for you personally. And the general meaning, like for instance, 555 is major changes, but when you see 555, that could symbolize something different for you. So one of the first signals is that you will start seeing signs from your angels, or your ancestors, God, whether it be angel numbers, whether it be, like this girl, she literally was seen on a car license plate, and it said, "You're Neo," like you're Neo in the Matrix. So that was like, so it can be certain signs or symbols that you see and you're like, damn, maybe I am ready to dive into the spiritual side of life. The second sign that you will know that you are ready to start your spiritual journey is when the community comes around, or you start to see it a lot. So even if you're someone who just came across this video, maybe this is your sign. You'll hear people talking about spirituality. You'll start to come across more people who practice spirituality. You will start to see spirituality more on television, or when you're watching, like you're scrolling through social media and you might see, something about spirituality. Those are all signs that you are, maybe ready to dive into that spiritual journey. And yeah, so that's another sign to watch out for, is if you're seeing it more constantly, as far as like popping up in your life, whether it be your digital life, your social media life, or actually in person. People coming up to you and they got their crystals on. And I also want to say, just because someone wears crystals or head wraps, or the evil eye, doesn't necessarily mean that they're spiritual, but it can be an indication that they are spiritual. So just keep that in mind. Now, the third sign that you are ready to dive into your spiritual journey is, for me, I heard voices. Sometimes you hear the voices, you know what I'm saying? And by the voices, if you know the voice, you know the voice. Sometimes God speaks to us through people. He speaks to us in our dreams. He speaks to us in whispers. You might hear, a male's voice. You might hear an ancestor's voice. You might hear your mama's voice, your daddy's voice, your boyfriend, your girlfriend's voice, your sister, your auntie, your uncle. You might even hear your own voice. But if you hear voices that feel like they're guiding you in directions that are more positive, or trying to put you in a position where you're more in tune with your spirituality. Because I will say, before I really dived into spirituality holistically, I felt like there was a certain period of my life where I was on autopilot, right? I was going to work, I was getting off of work, I was talking to boys, I was partying, I was indulging in substances, nothing crazy, just like the Mary Jane, you know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy, but being young, it can take a toll on your mental, indulging in substances like that, and drinking and partying and stuff, being 17, 18, 19 years old. Well, when I got to 19, I kind of cooled down, but like 17, 18 for sure, you know, doing those things, I was literally running on autopilot. Like, I felt like I had no control over my life. And it wasn't until I started to hear those voices telling me, like, do you really want to do this? Like, I'm starting to question the things that I'm doing versus just doing them, feel like I had no control. I heard voices. I can't even necessarily remember who the voices were, but I just remember hearing voices in my head like, hey, maybe don't do that, or do you really want to do that? Questioning if these are the choices that are beneficial for my health. I started to actually be like, hey, I don't know if I want to go on a date with this random guy. Hey, I don't know if I really want to take a dab of that. I don't know if I really want to go to the hookah lounge, or I don't know if I really want to go out to the club tonight. I think I'm gonna stay home. I think I'm gonna, read a book. I think I'm gonna do something else. I think I'm gonna book some clients, make some money instead of, going out. So I started to do more of like questioning, because I heard the voices like, asking me like, hey, is that really what you want to do? Versus just go, living on autopilot, doing what your environment consumes you to do. So just keep that in mind. You most likely will start to hear those voices that are pushing you in a more, I would say, positive or higher vibratory frequency. So if you are one of those people who felt like they lived their life on autopilot, and you're starting to actually question the things that you're doing that maybe are not so positive or leading you in a positive direction, then you are probably ready to start your spiritual journey. Number 4, this kind of ties into number 2 when I talked about like more spiritual people coming into your life, but number 4 would be being introduced to spiritual practices, or being exposed to spiritual practices. Now, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So a lot of the times, teachers can be people that we come across. It can be YouTube videos like this one. It can be, something that you hear, something that you read. But a lot of the times, when you're ready to receive the information, it will come at you in forms that are easy to digest. So one of my first really big spiritual encounters was about 2 years ago when I was in beauty school. I think I spoke about this already, but one of my really good friends, she had asked me if I wanted to do a tarot reading. And if you guys know anything about tarot, or if you don't know anything about tarot, it's pretty much where someone, typically like a medium or someone who is more spiritually in tune, they can use cards to deliver messages to people, right? And so they use your energy in the cards to be able to deliver messages that you need to hear from spirit. So I hope that was a great description of tarot. But so that was my first ever tarot reading about 2 years ago when I was in beauty school. And I remember she asked, she was like, I do tarot readings if anyone wants one. And I was like, I'm interested. I've been hearing about tarot a little bit. I didn't know too much about it. Didn't really know what to expect. I just was like, let me do it. I was interested. It sounded cool. And so I wanted to do it. And I remember one day in beauty school, after hours and stuff, we were like staying after school to make up hours, so we were still in the building, and she pulled her tarot cards out. She had me place my energy into the tarot cards. She walked me through the process, and it was such like a mind-blowing experience, because the tarot cards pretty much told me everything that I already knew, but it gave it to me, like I said, in a way that was digestible and that was straightforward. So one of the main messages I got from that tarot reading was that, one, I was a lot more powerful than I thought I was. Two, that my power and my light shines very brightly, and that a lot of people notice that and they take advantage of me. So I was in a situation where I was being taken advantage of by different people in my life, whether it be new people that were coming in or people that had already been in my life for a significant amount of time. I was being taken advantage of. My boundaries were being crossed tremendously. I really had like almost no boundaries when it came to the people that I allowed into my life. I kind of just let people come and, use my energy to their benefit, but I was being drained. I was literally surrounded by energy vampires. And so when she, told me, about that, like, you don't realize how powerful you are. You don't realize how big your energy is. But these people that are coming into your life, they do. These people that have been around you, they understand that, and they're leeching off of your energy, and that's what's leaving you drained. That's what's leaving you, contemplating and, going through this. I had just lost my mom not too long ago, so I was definitely in a more, I'm not gonna say depressive state because I don't ever want to claim depression, but when you're grieving, you go through those stages where you may not be the happiest person in the world. So of course I was always trying to surround myself by people to feel, included or feel like I wasn't alone. So people were taking advantage of me. And one of the main, like I said, the main takeaway, the main biggest points of advice she gave me was to get amethyst, which is a crystal. And when I got that crystal, she told me that amethyst is a protection stone. It helps protect your energy. It helps to also like clear away, negative energy, negative spirits, things like that. It's a really big protection stone, but it's also good with opening your third eye chakra, your brow chakra, and it's really good with helping you see things for what they are. And so that was the first, like my first introduction, I feel like, into spirituality that I could really remember was getting into that tarot reading. And then from there, realizing my power, realizing, the situations that I was going through from like a in your face, digestible perspective. And then from there, taking that information, actually implementing it. Like I remember maybe like 1 to 2 weeks after that, I went and I got me a crystal. I still have it. It stays in my car. It's an amethyst. It's beautiful. It has like an orange hue. I think I've showed it too in a previous video, but if I haven't, I'll have to show you guys. But I, got that stone, started working with it. I started learning more about crystals and how to cleanse them and put your energy into them, set intentions, and use them actually as their purpose. And so that was like one of my biggest transformations and my biggest steps into spirituality was, okay, realizing I am, and then moving and acting accordingly. And that time in my life came with a lot of cleansing. It came with a lot of releasing. Shortly after that, not even a year later, I want to say maybe like a couple months later, I went plant-based. I lost a lot of friends. I stopped really going out and partying and stuff like that. I really got more into like, doing more hair and focusing on how I can, advance myself. I started studying a lot. Like I came into so much knowledge and things like that. So I definitely took that information and ran with it in a very positive way. And that was like my spiritual breakthrough, I guess you would call it. But definitely, like I said, she was just one of the few teachers that helped lead me to more and more knowledge and information, because from just the knowledge and that experience that she gave me, I was able to do more research, learn more about crystals and spirituality and how to protect myself and how to protect my energy, how to use my energy for good, and set clear boundaries and all these things. So definitely you will when you know you're the when you know that you're ready to start your spiritual journey, or a signal that you're ready to start your spiritual journey is coming more in contact with spiritual encounters, spiritual people who are also bringing those experiences to you. So those are just that was like four. Yeah, those were just like 4 different ways that you can kind of peep if you are ready to start that spiritual journey. And if you are ready to start that spiritual journey, then congratulations, because I will say that I have learned, the biggest thing that I have learned is how to love myself. How to love myself. Why to love myself. And remembering who I am. Okay? Remembering who I am, because I am you and you are me, and we are reflections in this university. of life that continues to teach us and continues to nurture and grow us, but it comes with that consciousness first. It comes with that self-awareness. You know, are we ready for that spiritual journey? If we are ready, what are the proper steps to take? And honestly, I would say start where you're comfortable. Start what helps you, because for me, I started, you know, with that tarot reading and getting into crystals. Your start maybe, you know, working with your ancestors. I just recently started working with my ancestors, and I've been on my spiritual journey for about 2 years now. So wherever feels comfortable for you, go at your own pace, but just know that your ancestors know your heart, your angels know your heart, God knows your heart, your spirit guides knows your heart. So you don't have to do anything to try to prove yourself to, you know, spirit, to, you know, any type of spiritual army. You don't have to try to prove yourself, because they know who you are, and you damn sure don't got to prove yourself to anyone in the physical, because at the end of the day, we're all on our own unique journeys, and it's really just about realizing who you are, remembering who you are, and working in your divinity and staying grounded and rooted in your divinity, in your spirituality. So I hope this video really, really helped you guys. As my mom always said, be the change that you want to see in the world. Watch how you are thinking. Watch how you are feeling. Energy is powerful, okay? See, look, got it tatted on my chest. Energy is powerful. And this is actually my mom's handwriting too, so super dope. But I just wanted to get on here and like share some love with y'all, you know what I'm saying? But I hope you guys really, really love this video. If you guys are interested in following up with me more on social media, I will put my social media right here. I have a social media called The Healing Culture. That is where I post most of my content. I just love taking you guys on a journey with me. I'm very new into my business, The Healing Culture, and my intention, not only with this video but with my business, is to create a movement of people who are spiritually and physically aware of their greatness. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be aware of our greatness. We're all great. Like I said, I am you and you are me, and we are a reflection of this university of life. So at the end of the day, we just gotta stand in our divinity and play our piece of the puzzle, play our instrument in the orchestra to the best of its ability, right? Because if I'm a guitar player and you're a bass player, just be the best bass player you can be. I'm gonna be the best guitar player we can be. We're gonna be straight. I ain't worried about how you play the bass. I'm worried about how I play guitar. Okay, let the singer worry about how she sing. Let the violinist worry about how they violin. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we all gonna be Gucci. All right, so I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I feel like I done said enough, but I hope this video really helps. If you guys love it or like it, or find that maybe someone else might love it or like it, please share, please like, please comment. I want to hear from y'all, okay? Comment, like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you love content like this. I also will be posting more vlogs. Let me know if you guys like more vlogs and things like that. I have so much content for vlogs. I just have to edit it and put it together and post it for y'all. But sending y'all some love and light energy. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.